Hello, and welcome once again to another episode of Third Action. I am your lovely host, Jason, and these are the same three snowflakes that were here last week. In the bottom left, sorry about that.
Very special snowflakes.
In the bottom left, we have Asher Ford, Human Ranger, played by Char.
Merry Christmas, everyone. It's Christmas. Yay.
In the bottom middle, we have Greshy, Ironroot, Dwarven Druid, played by Will.
Happy birthday. I don't know why I did this again, but that's our movement for today.
And in the bottom right, we have Gunn, Human Champion of Erastil, played by Adam.
That gag, like a couple of weeks ago, maybe a couple of months ago. The Frosty the Snowman. Sorry. Happy birthday.
And you know what? I forgot that I was going to update the overlay to level 18, but we're level 18 now. So,
Yay!
last time on Third Action. Is that going to work? My button's not working anymore. There we go. Alright, last time on Third Action, our group of intrepid adventurers made their way into the old dome where they did battle with a group of very angry yetis, aka abominable snowmen, who had captured many of the spared, as well as a couple of Kutrima, the Lamia kin with the kind of fleshy pink hides and feathers. At the end of the encounter, you realize that one of the Lamia was actually, I was going to say Nuali in disguise, but that would be exciting. But was in fact Lucrecia in disguise, the very same Lamia that you know and love from all the way back in Turtleback Ferry. Before you could deal with her, she warped away to an unknown location. And left you all in the snow and rubble amidst your friends, the spared. So, let's see. I was going to turn off the recording. That's not a good thing. Let me not press those buttons. Just button happy. Okay, so. You find yourselves in this massive, or you're kind of in the central courtyard of this dome building. The spared are all kind of peeking out from behind the rocks, now that things seem to have settled down. Asher, I believe, is still in dragon form for the moment, but perhaps not for very long. And you're all kind of scattered about. Gunn is amidst the rubble of the fallen tower in the center. If you're viewing live, you can see this big center piece of rocks that has all fallen into this red area to the south. And yeah. One more thing. Okay. So, as you guys get a chance to catch your breaths, in the snow, you start to hear like a low vibrating sound from all around you, or actually maybe not all around you. I think they all happen to die over here. Okay. Yes, from the south, near Gunn, I suppose. Gunn, you kind of quickly turn behind you and witness the group of yetis that all lay dying near the entrance that you came in from. Their bodies are glowing a soft green, and very quickly, in a matter of seconds, a kind of sparkly, kind of ethereal energy, I guess, kind of flows out from them and into the sky. And it's just kind of gone.
That's not good. So, looks like when we kill his followers, that is accelerating his return. Karzu seems to be taking the energy out of the things that we kill for it. This resurrection. So
Phelan makes his way
from
around.
now
So
on, we're going to have to baptize anything we fight before we kill it.
I don't think we're gonna have time.
Alright, we gotta create water. Have a big basin, we'll wheel it in. Every time someone passes Gunn, he'll dunk their heads in.
I don't even know if that would work, but not the point. We need to leave. We need to run out.
Yep.
Morgeith! Where the hell did you go?
He's up in the north. Him and the other spared will
Oh god.
scurry forward. Oh, yes, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you should be.
Oh,
Hell.
we didn't mean to be burdens upon you.
Well, you're... How do we get down into the tunnels again? Are you
Fine.
safe down there?
I don't know. Most of us were accosted on the surface or near the surface. I don't think they've gotten too deep into the tunnels just yet. But he confers with the others spared around him. I'm just going to kind of move them all into a big group here to the south. The other spared all concur that at least these ones were caught near the entrances to the tunnels, or in the various basements of buildings where they dwelled.
All right.
In that case, bring your people. We'll take you to the nearest tunnel entrance.
There
And we'll
should be some.
Find some safe areas down there.
I know of a way from within this building. Come, everyone. And the others all follow Morgeith.
Hopefully it's not collapsed.
They will make their way.
Well, if it's not too bad, they might be able to dig it out.
Are you going to follow them, or are you just letting them run off?
I'm going to follow them to make
Let's
sure that they
follow
actually get into the tunnels.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're hurting them. Go, go. Yeah.
So the
Escort
group
you.
of you and the what was this 24 or so spared make your way into the eastern kind of not hallway. I guess it's a big vaulted hallway. You go about 100 feet and then hang a right into... You pass by loads and loads of like massive stone doors. These spared all stop in front of one of these doors, and then as a group start to kind of pull the doors apart. They're big and heavy, but they're able to get it apart as a group fairly quickly, and they all kind of dart inside. You follow into the darkness, and down a staircase, through some large hallways, down another staircase, and then towards a wall that has there's a kind of a ratty hanging tapestry that Morgeith kind of brushes to the side, and there is a hole large enough for a spare to fit through. And he kind of ushers the others inside. Quickly, we need to inform the others.
Do you think any more of you were captured? I mean, I don't know if you'd know, but...
Morgeith shakes his head. I'm not sure. These are all the ones I know of who were captured were brought here. But I was brought fairly early this morning. I don't know if any more were taken after, or perhaps before.
Gunn, are you and Rock gonna come in? You're coming into the tunnels as is that right?
Look around. Yeah, I think we'd better.
Okay.
Unless you want to go with our group a different way.
Is that
I mean, I
leave?
just
don't
want to
think
make
we
sure
want to
that
stick
Yeah.
around here, though.
I'm gonna be like limping along.
We could, unless you want to follow. Well, within a mile is Dimension Door.
depends on how high it's cast at, I believe. And regardless,
That's,
she's well and truly gone.
Yeah.
I don't think she'd just hang around.
No way we can track her in this environment. A mile would get her almost anywhere in the city, I think.
If Brock is nearby, then I'm gonna start casting. I'm gonna start healing animal at him to try and bring some of his health back up. I can't do quite so quickly for Asher, but I'll start working on healing you a bit soon enough. So that'll be 9d8, so 41 plus what is that? 8 times 9, which is
41 plus 72.
Aye, which is
13.
113. So
Okay. That's a pretty beefy heal, yeah.
it gets that way after a bit, but that should hopefully help Buck rock up a bit. We'll have to sit down so I can work on Asher proper, but let's get to safety for now.
Okay.
Yes.
So you dart into the tunnels. Morgiv stayed there with you all as the other spare
Mhm.
dart into the tunnels, and he'll move you down. Once you're down underground and a small distance away, the time vision. Where have you gone, time vision? I cannot find you.
It hides.
It does hide. Where are you hiding?
I was going to say,
Oh, there it is. I found it.
do you all have ability to see underground with the darkness and all? Do we have light on or something?
Yeah, I got a
I
light.
don't need it.
Okay. I imagine this whole time Greshy's rune has been glowing pretty bright, hot, white-red. It has not ceased since he dealt with the Yetis above.
So I'm currently creating staircases. I don't know what's about.
Time widget? It's 8:46.
Yes, it is 8:46 is what it should be about now.
It's actually 8:46. That's funny. Well, for us on the West Coast.
Oh, it's
Not
actually,
here.
the same time.
12 hours away.
Yeah, AM here.
We're in the future now.
Okay, well, I'm not sure how I put those stairs there, and I don't know how to get rid of them, so they're there.
Witchcraft.
So yeah, you guys make your way down into the darkness. Greshy's eyes are glowing red. Asher has dark vision on, and Gunn has a light produced. Where do you guys want to go, or what do you guys do? The Morgiv is there with you. I can take you wherever you wish. The others, I think, are going to try to split up and stay as far underground as they can. And hopefully warn all the others.
Well, hopefully. Asher's looking pretty bad. We need to get someplace safe where we can take at least 10 minutes to give me a chance to try and buck him up a bit.
My arms, my legs, they hurt.
Everything hurts. My feelings hurt.
My feelings have been hurt.
She ran away again. My feelings hurt.
The Hidden Beast's lair is the safest place I can think of. Unless you were attacked there, were you?
No.
No?
No, I don't think so.
Good, then in all likelihood they haven't found that place yet. Come, we should hurry. And he will lead you back towards the Hidden Beast's lair.
All right. Along the way, I'll actually go ahead and heal both Rock and Phelan with Heal Animal as well. So I'm just going to blow my focus points for the time being.
Okay.
That'll top Rock up, so you don't have to...
I'm sure it'll top both of them up, but...
Okay, that's
Heal
a
that.
36 and a 31. So 31 is for
I
Phelan.
also heal
36 is
72
for
on
Rock.
top of that. Aye.
Sorry, what was the 7?
They should be... Oh, so when he heals 2 action, it actually is a 98 plus 8 times the spell's level. So it's 72 plus whatever the actual roll is. So
okay.
they're both going to be pretty full at this point.
Yeah, let's hope it should both
The
be
fancy doohickey doesn't do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys make your way through the tunnels, and eventually, about 30 minutes later, wind up back in Hiddenbeast's lair. Everything there is just as you left it. No signs of any kind of conflict or anything like that. The tent is still here. The yurt, I mean. Yeah, what do you guys want to do?
Pretty early in the morning. Well, both of you, if you don't mind coming here, I can at least get us bandaged up a bit.
My bones. I'll walk over to Greshy.
Work on your bones.
So Asher, you
Didn't
walk
hurt
over
so
to
bad in dragon form.
you walk over towards Greshy. Give me a fortitude save.
Oh god. Why? Whoop.
Could imagine what that could be for.
I just die.
A natural 1.
Oh dear.
For a 31.
Keep it.
I'm curious. Let's see.
So Asher, so you guys fan out and start looking around the chamber, just double checking that everything is fine. Greshy, you mentioned to Asher that it's time for your healing juice. Asher turns and starts to walk over towards you, but Asher, you suddenly feel just like just a really strong pressure on your heart, and
No, my heart.
you stumble a moment and then just kind of fall prone onto the ground, and you can feel your heart just beating stronger and faster than normal. And Asher's just, he's like kind of convulsing on the floor slightly. He's like,
all right, I'm running
up.
over there then.
I can run 1,000 miles right now. You don't understand.
You just straight into the ground, 1,000 miles. I'm gonna run over and see. I've also got status on both Asher and Gunn. Can I get a sense of what's going on with Asher that would cause him to collapse like that?
Nothing seems. You can tell that he's pretty badly hurt, but aside from his kind of superficial wounds, nothing should be causing that kind of pain. But you run over and kind of lay a hand on it, like roll him over onto his back to get a better look at him. And you feel something kind of spark up your hand, through your arm, your forearm, and into your chest. And suddenly you're hit with a kind of heavy
God.
pressure sensation on your heart as well. Give me a fortitude save.
All right.
It's contagious.
45.
Oh,
45.
I was kind of hoping for the 1 as well, but this is TPK right here. Random ailment.
So yeah, you feel the sudden pressure, the sudden like your heartbeat is just starting to increase rapidly, and there's definitely a pain there, but you kind of wince through it, and you can move and operate fine. You can just like feel your heart just kind of, it's almost like a panic attack, but you don't feel panic, you don't feel scared.
Just an adrenaline rush of some sorts, just a very severe rush of energy. This is uncomfortable. All right, Gunn may not want to touch us though, if that's what's causing this. I'm gonna continue. If I've got Asher here though, I'm gonna try and see if I can bandage him up and make him not, dying on us as best I can.
All right.
We'll do. I guess we'll do a master level medicine check. What's that? A 35 or it's a 40 to succeed on that?
Master. Yeah, I want to say it's a 40 outcome. Oh wait, is that legendary? Master. Master is 30. Legendary is 40.
Master. Okay, so Master is 30, so I'll make the check. I don't think it'd be a problem. So that's a 46.
Okay. 46 is
plus 30, I think.
Critical success. Yep. 48 plus 30.
All right.
4 dice.
So he'll. Oh well, Phelan will apparently heal
Phelan?
Asher. He's a good boy. We know it.
Wow.
For the audio listeners, he rolled
Feel a little better
Phelan's
there.
card accidentally.
Oh wait, do I have to? Oh, there we go.
Still not a whole lot, but I can spend a little bit more time depending. I don't know what Gunn's doing. Well, this is going to take me about 10 minutes to work on. I guess technically I can heal myself with that too.
I'm having
Resting
a
and getting my
crisis.
focus point back too. Nothing in
Okay.
particular.
So Gunn, you while Greshy is tending to Asher,
Watching.
you're sitting, you're watching around, and your mind kind of drifts to the image of a figure that you saw in a dream once before. You remember it clearly. A man walking through the forest who steps out into a clearing to see you, to look straight at you, but his head is not that of a human's, it is that of a deer's. A strange tattoo-like mark over his left eye, I think. Loreheads can strangle me for that if I got it wrong. I think it's the left eye. Ooh, it might actually be the right eye. Fuck. I don't know. One of the eyes. You remember it clearly.
Rock has it.
I do not remember it clearly. Yes, it's whatever Rock has. But you just kind of casually thinking about this figure as you're recharging your focus points. And before you know it, you find yourself just standing in this field. Or in this, not field, but clearing, forest clearing again. Rock is standing beside you, or rather slightly behind you, and the figure is standing just in front of you. You're a reasonably tall guy, but this thing is at least a good 4 feet taller than you. It seems like it would be imposing, but feels almost welcoming in a sense. It looks down on you.
Hi.
It softly nods. You get a sense of approval, appreciation. It doesn't speak any words to you, but you get some sense that it is pleased with what you've done.
I mean, I know my own religion fairly decently at this point. Does this seem to be Erastil himself or a servant?
It certainly matches the many of the iconography of what
Right.
people believe Erastil to look like, but few, if any, have ever claimed to have seen any god in person and not be considered totally mad. It's possible that this is the deity himself. It's possible that it is merely one of his many avatars that takes his form and speaks for him. But this...
Thank you for sending Rock to me. He's been a very loyal friend and companion.
The deity glances at Rock and holds up the horns. Rock nods solemnly. And then he looks back at you. He seems expectant.
Am I doing well? Am I doing what you want me to do? Am I
He
following
nods slowly. And he then kind of adjusts his posture ever so slightly. There's a different sense, emotion, if you can call it emotion, on his face. One of perhaps pensiveness, maybe worry, perhaps about the future.
I believe this group can get the job done and protect all of the nations, continent at least, and maybe the world from this particular threat.
It looks at you in the eye, clearly trying to judge you, something within you, perhaps. A few moments pass.
Feel that we have the tools we need.
The figure shakes its head, just slightly, and then holds out a hand towards you. There's a small green light glowing within his palm.
Karzu green?
No.
Or like
Karzug's green is one of
it's like lime.
yeah, it's like teal. You can feel the greed coming off of Karzug's green. This is like a verdant green, one of bountiful harvests, one of flourishing nature.
I'll touch it.
You touch the light, and it coalesces into a small green holy symbol, only a couple inches in size, but it is almost emerald in color. It looks like a gem, but perhaps is not. You're not really sure, but you can pick it up in your hand. Erastil then holds his, or the thing you believe may be Erastil, puts one hand over his chest.
So I'll take the hand that has that symbol there, and I'll do the same. Hold it over my chest.
Okay. As you do, you feel a pressure on your skin, and feel the symbol get kind of pulled from you. It connects with your armor and then presses into it. I think you already had a holy symbol engraved in your armor, So it just happens to be the exact same spot. So it kind of digs into, like, deep into that inset, and actually presses further through, melds with the wood, and then you start to feel it on your skin. You feel a sharp pain from your shoulder blades as this is occurring. And the figure just gives you a small nod and begins to turn away. But then it stops and looks back at Rock with perhaps a sadness in its eyes. Nods a second time, and then turns and walks away. You blink, and you find yourself back in the Hidden Beast's lair. You can feel something at your back. Greshy and Asher.
I don't feel so good. This hurts.
Asher, as Greshy is tending to your wounds, you feel a bit strange. You start to your heartbeat starts to kind of return to normal. But you feel what's the right word? Not quite invigorated, but you feel different, changed in a way. It feels like you've had another year's worth of life experiences at your on your belt. You feel more relaxed, more comfortable. You're not really sure what this is exactly.
I don't like this. Just lays on the floor.
I suppose the two of you could hear. If Gunn did just say something, you would hear him say that.
What is
Greshy,
it?
What's wrong?
I think I have something too. I don't
Is
know.
your heart gonna explode? Get over here then.
Yeah,
Come on.
What was it that hit us?
I don't.
There was
Well, I mean, there was a tower that fell on you. That was pretty bad.
before that, there was a fort save of some kind that was failed. Something got me. Maybe this is that.
Do I sense any sort of strange status on Gunn that I could identify, or is it just seeming to be his heart exploding or something?
You
but I
can
also had
tell
a weird
that
vision.
his heart rate is also was increased and seems to be slowing back down. And you can feel much the same about yourself and Asher at this point.
That was unpleasant, whatever that was. But are you okay, Gunn? Do you want me to take a look?
I mean, seem to be okay. I'm gonna keep resting a little bit.
I mean, all right. I can spend some more time working on Asher then, myself, I suppose. I could work on you too.
I'm just gonna
I'll
sit
start
right here.
Is Asher conscious?
Hello.
Regardless, I'm just going to start dragging Asher by his feet over
That's
towards Gunn,
fine.
since he seems like Asher's kind of wiped at the moment.
I've
Or at
lived
least relaxed.
So long, Greshy.
Come on.
So many lives have flashed before me.
Wait.
She's trying-
Lives? What kind of lives? Were you?
I don't know, Greshy.
You were only out for like 10 minutes, if that.
Was
Not even
I?
that.
Oh no. Oh, it feels weird. Everything's weird.
I don't know what this is.
Greshy.
I'm gonna continue tracking Asher. I don't know how far Gunn is. Hopefully not super far, because this is a lot for this
No, I
dwarf.
was
He's
sitting
not
nearby
super strong.
to watch as you were.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
he's within the
10 or
same range.
15 feet or whatever. I'll get him over there not too long, and that way I can get everybody together. Okay. So Asher had a heart attack. Gunn had something else. Asher's heart attack was lightning based though, or something sparked and got me too.
Oh.
Maybe you
Static
Could it be another
electricity.
spell like that nightmare? Something that's usable at distance, like
is this some
someone
sort
at
of magic
distance has a
effect? Can I try
has a heart
to
attack.
recognize magic on this?
Sure. This would be Arcana.
It would be Arcana. All right. Ba-da-ba-ba. I will use my robes because I have them, and they're fancy. It's only a 36 though, but it'll do. In fact, actually, I will use the effect on my robes, and I will roll that again
Okay.
because I can do that every 10 minutes.
Reroll.
That's a lot better. So I think about it for a moment, and as I'm thinking, the robes actually kind of glow strangely, and 47 is what I end up with, hopefully. Trying to remember whatever this is. Or think about it.
You're thinking about it. You're trying to analyze the magical auras while also using status to kind of supplement this, and you realize something interesting. You've already kind of deduced that when you kill creatures marked with the Sahedron, that their energy is somehow useful to Karzug, is perhaps being used to supplement his return in some way, or give him power in some way. You're not, or perhaps give him life. If he is dead, maybe they're trying to resurrect him. But this raw power that is unleashed every time one of these marked creatures dies, you feel like, well, it certainly seems like some of that energy is getting siphoned off now, just by virtue of your proximity to it.
So,
In
I'm
particular,
concerned
you're
that-
kidding?
in particular, you glance at
Irradiated.
Asher's bow, and you can see some of that magical energy still lingering on his bow.
Greshy will reach out as though he was going to touch the bow, and then will pull his hand back quickly. As that is probably not wise until he knows more.
What's wrong with my bow, Greshy?
Wrong is a strong word for it. You can kind of pull in power the same way Karzug does.
No. I don't want it.
Are you sure? Because this is...
Oh. What happens with it once is it just... It's preventing it from going to Karzug, but that doesn't mean it's getting stuck to Asher instead.
I mean, are you still feeling, is Asher's heart still pounding bits, or is it calmed down fully?
It's a little elevated just from the situation, but
Sure.
it has gone down considerably.
Do not want to feel this every time we kill someone. This is terrible.
Well, if now that we know, or at least think that this might be, I wonder if it's using the bow as a focus to come into. We'll have to be careful with who kills what. But perhaps the things that Asher kills or is nearby when they die, we can prevent from getting to Karzug at least.
Oh.
And possibly, though I'd have to look at it, Greshy will look at his own Runeforged weapon and look at the bow and, nah, maybe not today. But perhaps we can limit it to just the bow taking on these powers. The very least, keeping it from bursting into you unexpectedly. I'd still have to look and see. I'm just spitballing at the moment. Just kind of thinking aloud.
Want to be a soul conduit.
But I got the heart thing because I touched Asher, I think, because it seems to be somehow connected through touch. But I hadn't touched you yet, Gunn. What? Are you all right? You said something was going on with you?
I think it's past. I think I'm okay now. Yeah, I feel totally fine now.
Would you like to touch my hand? to
Perception
see?
check. What the hell was that?
Sorry, was that supposed to be suspicious or?
Yes. Well, let's more like famous last words.
Sure.
Sounded suspicious as all get out. But
No, yeah, you do think it is more of a feels fine right now, despite the delivery.
feels good, man. All right, that's, I suppose, okay. But you're kind of beat up too, so I'm gonna whip out my magical bandages again, and I'm gonna start healing folks.
Yeah, I'll do another lay on hands to help. speed that up.
If you can bump up Asher and yourself, you two are the most wounded at the moment.
To 206 and back down a.
All right, so yeah, Gunn sits down cross-legged and removes a piece of armor to get a good spot to lay on hands himself. He also takes off his kind of back plate, and you make your way over to start bandaging him up, and you notice that the back of the as he just kind of removes the back plate without looking and kind of drops it on the ground. You notice that there's what look like indents in two spots, like where his shoulder blades are. And when you make your way back behind him, when you make your way back behind him, you see there's two white growths coming out the backs of his shoulder blades.
How to tell him without worrying him? Gunn, I'm concerned you're sick. Let me get my knife.
Oh.
No, you've got some strange something or other, and Greshy will gently poke at one.
Don't think that's necessary.
Does it burst or anything?
You poke at one, Greshy, and it kind of reacts and unfolds a bit. You can see that it's actually like a tiny wing.
Oh gosh, you've got the same wing the spare do. Where did you get? Or is that something that happens to people down here? Oh.
Wait, no.
Oh no.
That
Where she starts grabbing at his bone
Morgive,
back,
who is still in the room,
but he's got all of these clothes all over the place.
Morgive looks in your direction and, wings? What wings? He seems very confused.
Gunn said y'all have wings. I don't know. It was some weird. Greshy pauses.
Okay,
it was probably from the Lamia, actually.
I was wrong
I
about
didn't
that.
think
No, it
he
was
had
that.
wings.
It was that thing, the bird thing that we fought. Probably. It
but
could be also some of these guys, but probably was not.
Have you licked it, Greshy, to see if it tastes the same?
Well, Gunn, would you mind?
Greshy, are you feeling okay? Maybe you should have a seat.
There are wings
think
on your
we're-
backs. What are their wings doing on your back, man?
I would come over and see, but I'm
Even if
having
that's
a crisis.
true, I don't see how that excuses your reaction here.
Do you grow in wings at random?
Well, I don't know. Weird things happen, but
Well,
like,
Asher just had a heart attack of some sorts. You're now sprouting wings after you said you had some
and
concerns
you're
of your
talking
own.
about coming after me with a knife.
I was gonna take them off. I didn't realize they were wings. I just thought you had some weird, strange protrusions, like something dangerous coming out to you,
Well, I mean,
which may still be happening. I'm not sure what these wings are. If I look at these wings, do they look like a bird of any sort that I would know, or?
Rock, is what he's saying? Look back there.
You look back at Rock. To Greshy's point, do they look like any particular wings? They're so small and like fledgling right now that they maybe not in particular. Nature, sure. Nature.
All right, nature. I still haven't done the healing I was about to do, but that's fine. I don't think this is a. That's a 28.
28.
I have not consumed any strange potions.
They look like a more like a bird's wings than anything else. This small, it's kind of hard to tell though. They don't look like bat wings.
Do they look like Rock's wings when he was a little fledgling, when he was a little chickie? I mean, little relatively speaking, because he was still almost as tall as I was. But do they kind of remind me of that?
Yeah, actually, a bit. But
I saw something.
Okay.
I saw something a little earlier. I think Erasto might have given me some kind of gift, although I'm not sure how I feel about this. But I think I'll be okay.
I mean, Greshy's actually reaching out. And
Don't touch.
You can feel that though, and it doesn't hurt at all.
Get back.
Just making sure. You all right?
I'm all right.
All right.
I think I'm all right.
Asher, how are you doing?
All right. I've thought about my life. Oh, I've spun around. All right, I want to see these wings that you're talking about. I think it's quite unfair that Gunn gets a visit from his best friend in the sky, but I get a heart attack. So I want to see these wings.
You're not wrong. Well, I'll let them do that. I'm actually going to start trying to bandage some folk up here, so I'll be focused for the next time on that.
Do some more bandaging.
I got distracted for a moment there, but I'm actually going to do it. Master check again.
All right. 47. That's another crit.
No problem.
So another 4d8s plus 30.
So 46 more healing for everybody. Except
Everybody?
Yeah, everybody. We're all three here, so I can hit everyone.
I have so much health.
You really do. I'm like, oh. Well, and you also got beat to
Kind of
crap.
aggressive. Yeah, I did. I lost most of my health.
But I mean, if you look at his back, he does have some wing something or other coming in.
These are wings. Can I nature check the wings?
Sure.
Or is this some other check that's not nature?
No, nature is fine. Depends on what you're trying to determine from them. What are you
What
trying
kind of
to
bird
discern?
wings are these?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, what kind of bird wings? Or creature wings or whatever. Don't worry, everyone. I'm an expert. I actually am today.
You are
I'm
actually an
43.
43. Yeah, you can pretty quickly tell that these are fledgling eagle wings.
Oh, Gunn. Little eagle wings back here. Oh, like rock.
You're not going to turn into an eagle, right?
Hey,
I don't
I turn
know.
into an eagle.
Yeah. Actually, that's a fair point.
There's nothing
All
wrong
right.
with that.
All right,
Gun's just doing it a little weird.
that's enough for now. I'm
Okay.
I'm good. You
You're
guys are
good?
good. Let's make sure Asher is okay, and then not talk about this ever again.
I don't think that's going to happen, Gunn. At some point, these wings are going to pop out, but... Was it uncomfortable with the armor on? Because if you can wear the armor, I suppose that's not so bad.
Well, I don't know. Didn't think so just yet, but
I'm gonna go sit over here and meditate for a minute. If y'all want to, I don't even know what to do with you, either of you.
I have a question for Jason. When Glorifex died, did he have a green mist or anything? Or was he just... bleh?
I did not describe one. You don't recall seeing one.
Okay. And I didn't feel anything from that.
You're not sure, really. You were you were already kind of in a pretty high adrenaline state at the time that the accelerated heart rate might not have been super noticeable. It just felt a little bit different here, and you're not really sure why. But you do feel more powerful. You feel like you've gained some new abilities.
Oh. Well, good thing I don't know what any of those are.
Well, you, the player, do. These are your level 18 abilities.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured, but I'm like, I don't know what that is.
What could be happening now? Hard to say.
Oh. That's good. I'm glad my level up gave me a heart attack.
Give the rest of us heart attacks too, don't worry.
accurate.
That's how the dice roll. Alright. Yeah, so Greshy is meditating. What are the other two doing? Good, I don't think I passed it.
Having... Yeah, I'm just still resting. I have 10-minute rest.
Alright. Asher.
There's much I can
Refocus.
do. There's not much I can do, I don't think. Except sit and wait around for everyone else to
Do you need to
do
refocus
their
at all?
rest. No, I haven't used my focus pool of 1 today.
Okay.
The dragon is just a spell.
Ah, I see.
It's not actually attached to my focus pool.
So how's Asher's health looking?
My health
Better?
is... I could use about 104 more HP.
Then after I
Turn
refocus,
myself.
I'll give Asher a tap as well
Alright.
for 54. Actually, I can put it in the chat so you can. Shough.
Okay. So those 10 minutes go by. You all think and reflect. Gunn, you can feel some amount of discomfort in your back. Feels your muscles just feel kind of weird.
Blah. Okay, this is getting a little bit. Ugh. There's that for Asher to take.
Alright, Asher, you get 54 points of healings.
as Greshy's meditating and focusing primarily on the cold of the snow, and just trying to calm himself from the agitation and anger. And you can see the actual rune that's been glowing this whole time slowly starts to fade back into its regular blackish appearance on his forehead instead of that burning white hot it had been. Finally tries to find center again.
All right.
Right. How's everyone doing then? Are we very
Resting
good?
One more time. Oops.
Gunn wants 10 more minutes.
Yep.
All right, that's fine with me.
Especially if we can do any more bandaging.
I mean, I can do a bit more bandaging if you need 10 more minutes, sure.
Yeah.
In fact, I'll come back over and break out the bandages again. That's what they're there for. That was going to be master level, if I didn't say so.
Yeah, I assume so. 43 is another crit. Another 48 plus 30.
I think I'm going to... Yeah, 48 plus 30. Which I hopefully... Oh, that was a nice roll.
55 to everybody.
Should hopefully bring everyone back up to full.
All right.
Everybody looking ship shape, or at least?
Mm-hmm.
Are these both for everybody?
Aye.
Okay.
Or the... Yeah,
Oh,
the
that's
55
the bottom
is for...
one, yeah.
The bottom one is.
I can read.
I have ward medic. I can heal up to 4 people, possibly 8 at master, but at least 4 people at one time.
Nice. Oh, I feel so healthy.
You do look a bit better,
Thank you. And I'm not rolling on the floor dying.
which is good. And Gunn, you feeling all right?
Yeah, mostly. It's just yeah.
Takes some adjusting to get used to, I suppose.
Uncomfortable and
I suppose should we make some
It's bad.
adjustments to your armor so they can actually, I don't know, hit holes?
probably, but let's let this. Whatever this is, we better wait till it's done before we try to do that.
Fair. Well, speaking of waiting though, we spent a decent amount of time just kind of bandaging ourselves up, I suppose. Are we going after the Lamia to the south to see if they've taken more? Or are we going to go straight after Lucrecia?
Oh.
If you
Is
were
there a llama to the
Lucrecia, where
south?
would you suppose that she went?
I would imagine her to hide out where the rest of them are. I could be wrong about that, but I would think that they'd be back in the House of Divine Consumption to the north.
That is where she could roughly go with a single dimension door. So, yeah, she could be pretty much anywhere by now.
Oh, I see. You placed an AoE on the map that is the mile radius.
Yep. And I need to get rid of it so I can.
If you just hover over the center of it and hit delete,
Well, don't
go away.
delete the old. Don't delete anything else then.
I can get it. Okay.
Okay. Got it. Or someone got it.
There are a bunch of stairways here. All right. So
Yeah, I don't know how. I've accidentally
I
created some stairways, and I'm not sure how I get rid of them at the moment. And I'll look it
I
up
think the same
later.
way. You might just be able to hover over them and delete them, but
Yeah, but
it's
I don't know
disabled.
which thing. This
which icon thing it is.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different tools, and
anyway.
I don't know which of these tools is the. Oh, there we go. I
Right
found
one.
it.
It's the stairs,
I found
obviously.
No, it's the one that looks
Hey.
like a building.
So that sounds.
I think it's a module. I have.
Kraknaratha
Anyway.
is to the south, and
Yes,
might
Kraknaratha
be where
is
if
the,
they took more of our spared friends.
It's the
The next
fortress at
phase
the
of our
entrance of the city.
plan was to
Mhm.
assault was to blow up part of the fort and then attack the Lamia while they're dealing with that. I
I'm not sure blowing up part of the fort is going to be very easy.
I don't know if it's going to be useful anymore. It's not.
Because it is extremely well built according to the giants. So we might need a lot of firepower to make a kind of dent that might draw
That's fair.
a lot of attention.
And here you're talking
think
about
we have a lot.
Shalaria, the rune giant fortress up on the hill that's overlooking the city.
Mhm.
Yes. I think we have a lot of black powder.
We have some. We've got. What is this? These numbers are not correct.
You basically have one
But
barrel.
regardless,
sort
we've
of.
got like 1 barrel's worth of black powder, and that's pretty good. We also, I could spend an hour to replace a spell and summon a fire elemental and see if we can cause it to explode. We'd have to put it in a place where it would explode, and that's not exactly nice to the elemental, but
How many spared are still missing? Let's ask
thinking to get the numbers.
Lord Eve.
That I do not know since I've been staying here with you all. I could certainly go check.
Worth
I
taking
s-
account.
Some idea of some numbers. We don't have to have exacts, but if there's a bunch of y'all missing, then we should probably do a rescue mission.
Right. We need to
All
do
right,
another
I'll-
rescue mission down to the.
I shall go
South
inquire.
Fortress.
I'll be back shortly. And he scurries off into one of the tunnels.
I agree that takes over the top priority.
Greshy's rune starts to glow again as he thinks. Just feel like we're on the back foot again. We were doing well, but
We're still doing well. I mean, their counteroffensive lasted all of what, an hour? They expended a lot of forces and gained, at best, some information and depleted a few of our daily resources, but not all that many.
Lucrecia has much to answer for. I would like to not keep her waiting, but
Mm-hmm. We'll have to figure out where she is. I guess it's between Kragnaratha and Kragnaratha and the House of Consumption.
what do you think, Asher?
It was up to, depending on where, if anyone's been captured and is being held somewhere. My vote is the Lamia. I don't like them very much. And it's rare that I say that, but I don't like them very much.
Aren't they both Lamia?
They are. Or at least we think that the ones taken to the south would be more of those fly-in things with the ugly wings, not the good wings.
And potentially some other Lamia among them. Getting them organized.
Possibly.
Well, that one is closer.
It is.
It does free up the south if the giants want to escape that way.
Yeah. It seems like it would be a pretty good choice.
But if you did want to like do the Rune Giants and the Northern Lamia at the same time, I would have to go and warn Geekhack about it.
I don't think we're prepared to do both at the same time.
I'm just making sure.
I remember and I liked the idea, but especially with them knowing that we're around,
Yeah,
Mhm.
this does somewhat change our plan. Like we're not in complete control of the timing anymore. And
That's why I said I don't like being on the flat back foot again. But and the rune glows a bit more. Well, we should go take care of the ones to the south. We'll free whoever's captured. We'll let the giants go. Hopefully they can do something to help us.
Yeah. Let's go along then. Guess might as well start moving. Scout it out.
Well, should we wait for Morgiv to come back and give us some numbers, or?
Well, how long is he gonna?
Well, he's already gone. We don't know.
If he tries to,
We could just leave and he comes back and now he's worried we're gone. So I feel like we should wait.
Oh dear.
Or find another spare to send after him, maybe.
Can wait another. Yeah, we could do that.
Since streams have spared, I'll find him eventually. Well, we'll wait for Morgiv, I suppose.
For a
give
little
it some
while.
time. A little while.
Maybe as much as an hour.
Well, if we're gonna take an hour, then I don't know if I feel quite. I'll try preparing a spell in that hour then. See if I can.
Yeah.
Work on that.
That seems like a good. I actually do think that, along with whatever this is, that I have some more spells available as well.
Alright.
Spend our hour preparing, wait for Morgiv to come back, and then we'll plan to go to the south either way, but we'll know some more about what awaits us, how many spared we should be looking for.
Alright, so deciding to wait for Morgiv and take the time to attempt to prepare additional spells that you might have picked up during your level up. We go from 9, 57 to about 10. Shortly before the end of your preparation is when Morgiv would return, but he would patiently wait for you to finish up your preparation so he doesn't distract you. Once it looks like you're done with your individual meditations, he kind of scurries over. I've talked to the others spared, and it seems like, thankfully, there are only a couple of us still missing, or at least unaccounted for. I imagine that if they are not hiding somewhere safe, then they may already be dead. It seems like all of the ones that were captured on the surface were taken to the old dome, to the Yetis, speaking to their leader. There's more news of the surface as well. It sounds like the giants have been dispersed throughout the city. They seem to be checking every building that they can. Their presence is amplified. Many of the ones that were in the camps are now spread out. It seems fairly dangerous to go to the surface. I've instructed all of our kind to stay
in the caves.
Yes. We've taken our food stores and we're going deeper underground for the time being.
Okay.
A few are staying behind, trying to keep out of harm's way, but we need to make sure that if the scouts return from the summit, or from searching for ways to the summit, that they have a point of contact to let them know what's going on. But we've left our most stealthy amongst us on that duty, so everything should be fine. Even the vampires? Is that what you called them? Even they have offered to help us. So I think we'll be okay. I'm sorry, we grew careless.
No, you've done well to manage this long, and I think your people will continue to be resilient here. If we encounter any more prisoners, we will free them. And we are on our way to the South Fortress to address this problem somewhat more directly,
Are we still?
I think. Is that where would you rather go directly to the house of consumption?
Well, Lucrecia did. But I know Asher's made that deal with the giants, and we should honor that.
Did, and unfortunately they're all scattered right now doing
Yeah,
job.
that means today is not the good day to
Go after giants. All right.
It's not
try
Rune
to set
Giant
them
Day.
free, because
What happens when they fail to find us? Do they get punished?
Probably.
I mean, if they fail to find us today and they punish them tomorrow, then they won't want to search anymore after that.
Well,
So more likely they'll just keep searching and keep being pushed to search deeper and deeper.
okay. One last question. The House of Divine Consumption is entirely enclosed, or is this another building that's been damaged and is open at all? I would be asking Morgive this, I think you'd know.
It's less of a building per se, and more like a. He kind of struggles to describe the place, but you're able to kind of piece together from how he describes it that it's some kind of like kind of open temple grounds. He describes it as having a large, very tall outer wall. Like a rectangular outer wall of this kind of central courtyard area, and that there's two massive pavilions. One is much larger and features a statue of a man in gold. You assume, based on the descriptions, that man is Karzu. The other pavilion, he says, is where they gather and make offerings and that sort of thing. But it sounds like it's kind of a large open space, I guess.
Like Greshy, are you thinking about some kind of aerial assault?
Just considering it, but also consider my options for how to best deal with them.
Would help us avoid the giants.
They'd see us.
Sure. But they would have to travel there. By the time they get there in force, it should be over with. We'll be back on our way again. That was the point of taking out the most mobile forces.
It's true.
We can use hit and run tactics.
The other thing is that Phelan and I can only fly for a short period, each of us about a minute.
Yeah.
Additionally, Morgive would have described there's kind of like a temple complex around it, but like a bunch of smaller buildings.
Oh, sure.
What if we go close to there via the underground? Very carefully leave the tunnels and then perform a frontal assault, not unlike what we just did at the Yetis, on the theory that if we start losing, we can retreat.
I think that's reasonable. Asher, do you have any thoughts or?
Yeah, I think the sneakiest route is the best route. All things
Lamias are
considered.
likely to be more dangerous than the Yetis.
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
Well, have we thought about the different kinds of Lamia already? I think we've talked about it a bit, but do they have a general weakness to, or different, what's their weakest will or save, I suppose, is what I would want to try and remember.
Sure, you can do a check for the Lamia. I think I think it is either Arcana or Nature.
Definitely doing Arcana.
I'm gonna think with you.
Sounds great.
Do you want me to help you, or do you want?
I mean, if you
society is
if
also
you want to do Nature,
viable,
since you're
but slightly harder.
well, Asher's great at society. I know that, so.
It's not my worst check.
I'll be using Arcana since that seems to be useful for me, and I'll use my robes to help out a bit.
My Nature.
Look at that.
Oh, I know a lot about Lamia. My natural 20.
Alright, that's a natural 20 for 46 from Asher, and an 11 for 42 from Greshy. So Greshy, you get... let's see, I think that is actually... I mean, both of these are critical successes on Lamia generally. Greshy, you get 2 pieces of info. What do you want?
If there is a shared lowest save, I'd like to know that. Beyond that, it would also be useful, I suppose, to know... Well, of the different kinds of Lamia, which one would be the... Which ones might be more difficult or higher level than other ones, so... Really, I want to know the saves, but if I can get that bit of information, that'd be useful as well.
So the lowest save is Fortitude. You would know that they're very intelligent creatures, and they are very fast and agile. So you would expect that Fortitude would be the easiest way to target with them with anything. The second question was about the different types of Lamia, and which might be the strongest.
If there's... right. That's a good way. We'll just look for the strongest one of the kinds. Sure.
There are many different types of Lamia. The Kutrima are... probably the kind of dumbest amongst them, and that's the least terrifying, perhaps. If you get a large group of them, then they become very dangerous, but otherwise, they're not super coordinated, as it were. The sort of standard depiction of the Lamia is the snake. The matriarchs tend to be the more powerful versions of those. The matriarchs typically have more spellcasting abilities. The standard Lamia are a bit more roguish. Then you have the Hungerers, which you would know them to be... I mean, you've never seen one, but you've heard of them. They can be quite dangerous, and they're more like big kind of... like the Kutrimas, they're kind of more like failed experiments, it sort of feels like. They're kind of big, like, mounds of flesh that don't really go anywhere. They can fly, which is weird, but they're kind of big, gross, gnarly sacks of kind of flesh and animal features. And then they're also kind of... I guess they're fairly intelligent. Are they intelligent? They're more intelligent than Kutrimas, as they are fairly dangerous in that regard. But they're a bit more, I suppose, chaotic and less controllable, so they're not really organized. And then the most dangerous are the Lamia Harridans, which are they tend to be the more, I suppose you could call them centaur-esque Lamia. They tend to be like heads of clans. There typically aren't more than a couple in a group, or in like in an entire clan at a time. And those are fast, strong, very good at spellcasting, the whole shebang. They are extremely dangerous to deal with. But you would understand Lucrecia to be more in the matriarch category. Okay. Asher, you got a critical success as well, but you got a natural 20, so I'll give you 3 pieces of info. What do you want?
My gosh, I don't even know what I want. I was just doing this as a backup for Greshy. Do they... So it's different kinds. Do they have, like a mutual weakness? And if not, like, what's the weakness of the most powerful one?
You would not consider them to have any particular weakness. But because they all have a very high kind of natural propensity for mental magics, they tend to be resist mental effects.
Okay.
That's one kind of roundabout answer. You have 2 more.
Are the kinds of spells they like to favor, perhaps?
Yeah, I see. Yeah. What is, like, yeah, what magic, what spells do they tend to favor casting, if they do?
Sure. Stories of Lamia, and perhaps your own experiences, suggest that they are quite fond of mental spells generally. They are natural occult casters. So they expect things like charm and sleep and illusory disguise. They like illusion and enchantment stuff. As kind of a broad category.
You're on the wrong side then.
My favorite. Illusion is my favorite
Aren't
magic.
those the opposing schools from transmutation?
They are.
They are. But this is just what the matriarchs tend to be kind of naturally good at, and what they tend to employ. You don't have any particular reason or understanding that Lamia generally all support Karzug or anything like that. It's just there seem to be a bunch of Lamia here, and that they seem to be counting themselves amongst his henchmen. But you don't know or think that this extends to like all Lamia across the world or anything like that.
I guess, do they have any special abilities?
Special abilities. Yes. Obviously they can, you've seen it happen, they can change shape with an action. And they can also, for 3 actions, attack everyone within reach.
Okay. Yes, I think I did know.
We've seen that second one at least for sure.
And I'll give you one more. For 2 actions, they can use their Lamia's Caress to try and stupefy a target.
Oh, good.
You have to be within touch range, I think. Yes,
We're gonna get
it's within touch
caressed,
range.
charmed, and illusioned on.
Well,
All
if-
things I don't like.
we've got options. I feel I've actually decently prepared to deal with that then. Having thought about that, I think I'm ready.
All right. Better time than right after a heart attack to go fight the Lamia.
If we can... I was going to say, is there some way that we can... Can I touch Asher's bow? Is it the attunement to Asher's runeforge that would cause me to be all stupefied? Or is it simply touching it at all that would cause problems, since I'm already attuned to mine for today?
You're not sure. I mean, you could try touching it. You don't think it would kill you to touch it?
Or no, but I know that there are bad things that happen from trying to be, especially since they aren't the same rune
I
forging.
thought that was trying to invest.
Right, and that's where I'm hoping that that's all it is. I just want to examine it. I'm not taking Asher's bow permanently. But I will put down my staff for the moment, and I will walk over and ask to borrow Asher's bow so I could take a quick look and see what we can do about this heart attack problem.
Nice to it.
Okay. Asher takes the bow off and hands it towards you. You reach towards it and touch it, and you feel like just a small amount of queasiness, but you can hold it and take it in both hands, and you feel uncomfortable. There's kind of this like creeping anxiety while you're holding it, but you think you can hold it and examine it without. You don't think anything's going to happen to you, at least in the short term.
All right, then I'll take I suppose it's 10 minutes to try and identify. I would specifically like to identify if this effect is something that we can restrict to the bowl, if it's something that if Asher knows it's happening, he can prevent from actually jolting him unless he permits it. If it's something that just happens automatically and he can't prevent it, then that's how it is, but I'd like to see if there's a way we can allow it to be an option for him so he doesn't randomly get heart attacks.
Sure. Give me an Arcana check.
More of that Arcana. Not the ropes this time, though. I will use my hero point on that 3, because I don't like it. That's a bit better for a 43. Actually, I should have done that. It's fine.
Okay, that was just barely a success. You look this thing over and try to kind of watch it carefully, look at the magic that's emanating from it, and examine the runes that have been inscribed upon it. And I'm trying to get it to not affect the person. So it's definitely...
I would like it to be an option to affect.
So what you think is going on is that striking enemies with arrows from this bow, if they are of the right type for the ritual and their death is caused by it, then the release of magical energy from that should be getting siphoned to Karzug's Runewell. Some portion of that is being kind of left behind and drawn in by the bow. The problem is that the bow can't hold all of that in it. And that power is kind of splashing and you can kind of feel it sort of sparking around you. You, looking at it, you think maybe it's not so much. Maybe it's not about focusing it just on the bow, but what if you then look at your staff on the ground? You wonder if there's some way to kind of attune the weapon to your other two weapons, kind of link the rune-forged weapons to act as sort of conduits for each other to kind of cycle the energy amongst them and balance that energy out, rather than have that energy all go straight into Asher kind of burst, which is what you think was happening before. I mean, that energy is good. You feel like it's empowering you in a much faster, accelerated EXP than you would normally get. But it does seem like it's
overwhelmed Asher, unfortunately.
Yeah, it does seem like it's it's a little bit harmful to receive that much energy all at once. You're not even sure if the body can really take that over sustained periods of time. But if his bow is able to do that, you think you might be able to. You think about it. You think you could probably inscribe some quick runes on all three weapons to kind of link them together. It would only take you about 10 minutes to do, but with a crafting check of DC 40, you think you could make it happen?
Did I invest? I think I did. Arms start popping out from underneath Greshy's robes. As it goes Doc Ock. And
Break
DC
my
40, I believe he said.
Yes.
So explicable apparatus.
Remedy as well.
I will need to borrow remedy if that's all right. Just I'm actually going to put Asher's bow on the ground and all of them just kind of in a sort of triangle, I suppose. Trifecta.
Yeah, you kind of arrange them in a way that they're all kind of facing.
You know what? I'm just going to throw my points at this as well. I want this to work.
Okay.
So we will throw
9 points.
9 points at it while we're at it. Let's call it untyped. 9 points. I think that'll do it. 55 total with everything. That includes the points.
Okay, so you're able to get this going pretty quickly. Sweat runneth off the brow as you use the. You come up with the idea of actually using the apparatus to hold the weapons in place that you don't want to touch, to kind of keep that from interrupting you or distracting you. And you very quickly etch some kind of small custom runes into each of the three weapons. And there's still you watch the kind of residual energy that's still built up in the bow start to kind of cycle through the three weapons. And you believe that to be a fairly resounding success. It should now not spike as badly, and as long as you're relatively near each other, you suspect within a couple hundred feet, that magical cycling should keep it from harming any one person.
All right. So we can balance the energy now. Asher, you're welcome to take your bow back. Gunn, if you'd like to take remedy back.
Thank you.
This will cycle that energy that you pull from these enemies, and that way we're hurting Karzug, and it'll feel a bit fuzzy. I think if it was anything like what I dealt with, it was a bit of a jolt, but it should not be the trying to kill people that it seemed to be doing with Asher. This way, just don't go too far away from all of us, like 100 or 200 feet.
Do my best.
Appreciate it. Also appreciate you not dying. Also good to know that Gunn wasn't dealing with the same thing. It's just some blessing that's causing strange things to happen to his body. That's
A
hard to
god's
explain.
vision.
But this is good. All right. So we're off to the house then. Finally, after I got distracted for 10 minutes. Sorry about that.
Okay, it seemed worthwhile.
All right. So, you signal to Morgiv that you're ready to head towards the. Keep looking at that Tark locus because it's a Higley building.
I know it's right there, but it's further. It's 5,000 feet.
Head,
Sorry, 15,000 feet.
15,000 feet. How many is
About 3
15,000
miles.
feet in miles? 3 miles? Yeah, is it about 5,000 miles to or 5,000 feet to a mile?
5280.
5280. All right.
Aye.
Yeah.
Don't know why that number sticks with me, but it's good, I suppose.
I'm really bad at remembering conversions. Okay.
Well,
so you
English
guys
conversions
make your
especially.
way through the tunnels towards the House of Divine Consumption. How long does it take to walk 3 miles? 3 miles time. I guess we know.
About an hour at 20-minute speed, so I would say an hour and a half considering we're going through tunnels and such.
Yeah, we'll do that. Hour, 1, 2, 3.
Because
Okay.
stroll is about a 20-minute mile, but
So you guys kind of speed walk your way towards the House of Divine Consumption, quickly passing through the tunnels. Most of the time you might run into 1 or 2 spared on the way, but this time the only one who's there with you is Morgiv, and he is quiet, silent. The entire time, most of the time, your guides would, out of politeness, stay not cloaked. They have the ability to change their skin to match their environment, but Morgiv, out of some caution, is staying in his chameleon-like form. I believe all of your perceptions are so crazy high that you can see him well enough through the darkness. As you make your way through the tunnels, you eventually stop and at Morgiv's behest, and he shifts the tone of his face so that you can see his blubbery mouth clearly. I do believe we're
it's unsettling.
not very far. We should be underneath the main complex now. There isn't any route directly inside, so you need to either climb the gates or make your way through the front door, but this is probably as far as I can take you.
Well, we should decide whether we care to continue being stealthy or whether we want to just go in blazing.
Asher mentioned earlier that he prefers the stealth approach, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if we get ganged up on in this scenario, it might be really bad. But I don't know how much we can prevent that. But stealth might be good just to see what we're up against at bare minimum.
I'll tell you, I don't have any spells to help with stealthing, but I do agree in principle.
I would recommend not fighting directly out on the streets, or if you had a way to get inside the gate, that would be ideal. It does take some time for that gate to open, so maybe there would be some modicum of safety there. It sounds like there are giant patrols still in the city. If the gates are open, then they might be able to join in. That was
Already
Morgiv,
used
that
the
wasn't fair.
Clairvoyance headset today.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Ooh,
Did we? I don't think we did today.
No. That was not today, no.
No, it was yesterday.
Well, why don't we try that then?
What's the range on that? Because I agree. I just don't know how close we could get.
Something like that. That's what I remember.
Oh, I didn't hear what Adam said.
Oh.
Of all, what
The
is?
clairvoyance headset.
Okay, that's what I assumed from what was being said, but I'm not sure.
I thought it was 1,000 feet.
500.
500
Yes,
feet.
it's
Okay.
pretty long,
Still pretty long.
and I can see things too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
you
can
can see like
throw
a
something in there.
full hex away on this map.
Pretty good. I have a spell that goes 500 feet as well.
Do you want me to just throw it right in what I assume could possibly be the middle?
Maybe up in the
should-
air so we can.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you guys are underground
open.
right now.
We should probably make our way at least up to. Well, if they're searching the houses, we can't even hang out there. Well, but we'll only be there for a minute or two,
Yeah.
So we'll make our way up to street level inside of a house. I assume that's where this entrance is going to come out of some sort of building. If it comes out on the street, no. But if it comes out inside of a building, that way we can at least Asher can
Yeah.
place it a little bit more clearly.
I mean, Morgith can lead you to either, but if you request a building, he'll lead you up into one of the buildings that he believes to still be abandoned or unused by the Olamia. You exit into this building. It's actually a fairly small room that you enter into. And the walls are fairly cracked, so you can even like see through the kind of large cracks in the walls out onto the street. But there's still plenty of wall to hide behind. A little bit of snow is able to kind of drift in through a couple of the larger holes in the ceiling. But yeah, this seems like it's a simple one-room kind of affair. Maybe 20 by 20 feet. Not terribly big. And there's a simple
Do you
stone door.
mind taking a look?
Sorry, this would be a metal door. Perhaps some kind of silver. Sorry, somebody's taking a look.
Do you mind taking a look, Asher, then?
Yeah, I'll take a look and see if I can get a good angle for where to throw it. Probably, since there's no roof, like up in the air above it.
Okay, so you're just gonna kind of look up and try to project the eye up and above the building that you're in the direction. You can kind of peer out through the cracks and kind of see where the big walls of this temple are, and so you project.
Yeah, and try and throw it over the walls.
Okay. Yeah, you close your eyes, activate the headset, the flames come across your eyes, creating a little flaming visor. You start to hear the static in your ears, and when you open your eyes again, you are presented with a roughly staticky vision of the temple grounds before you. The way of showing you that.
Beirut?
So I'm hiding everybody. Okay. And
Oh, no worries.
alright, I'm gonna say you guys are off to the kind of west of this. Asher. Activate sync. This work.
Oh
There we go.
my, it's much bigger than I thought.
Yeah, so you project your vision up above the wall. So this is the kind of outer wall here. There are 4 big towers in the corners of this large plaza. There is one massive golden Karzug statue that is not drawn in perspective correctly. It is on the eastern side of this plaza, and through around the statue, you can make out various hooded figures meandering about. But there are a couple who are very closely, they're standing very closely to an altar where Lucrecia, you recognize her very well, in her kind of half snake, half human form, is standing, speaking in kind of quiet tones, and is kind of gesturing with her hands towards to the Lamia congregated around her. Yeah, they're kind of shuffling around. This other side, the western side, there's, I don't have it here on the map, but there's a number of like benches and seating, as well as large chests and containers that a couple of the Lamia appear to be shuffling around with and through.
Can I tell that the Lamia like types, or they all just kind of seem to be similar, other than Lucrecia?
They all appear to be. They all appear to be human or humanoid. They're all wearing kind of like teal green cloaks with gold trim. And most of their faces are concealed at a distance. Yeah, you can barely make out their forms, but they don't seem to be in Lamia forms at the moment. They could very well just be normal people, you're not sure.
I'm gonna relay this information. It looks to me as about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people looking, and one Lucrecia,
Hey,
a very big Karzug statue, which I personally had experience with Karzug statues before. And I sure hope this one doesn't suddenly decide to start walking.
While you're relaying this information, you notice something. A dimension door light spell appears in the kind of southern central area of the plaza, near the this south side is where the two massive gates are. But he just kind of this person's figure in teal robes appears in the southern plaza. But you notice this figure has their hood down, and all you see is like their like perfectly smooth, hairless head, and body as well. It looks like a human, but his skin is giving off this like this bluish metallic sheen to it. It's almost it's like the unmistakable glow of mithril, but just kind of all over his body. And he's got kind of a jaunty step to him as he almost skips his way towards Lucrecia.
A jovial man is here. Oh, he's very shiny.
Oh. It's so
I realized that these were all in large form. These guys are all supposed to be small right now, or regular size.
Oh.
They're
I couldn't tell at a
They're
glance.
very big Lamia.
This would be what they look like if they're in Lamia, they would become large, but they're supposed to be normal size. I didn't realize that at that scale. But yes, he makes his way over towards Lucrecia, and that is where your vision fades. And is also
That was a very jovial little man there.
Where we shall end the episode for tonight. So. Cool. Good session, everybody. You
Wow.
survived a
Nobody
level
died somehow.
up.
Never thought the
Despite-
level up would be quite so dramatic, but goodness.
Certainly not what I was necessarily planning for, but it happens that way. It's fun. In any case, I hope you all had fun. We shall resume play next week, hopefully, the 19th of September. September.
I believe so.
The
The week after, I think we're going to be off.
Possibly. 26th?
The 26th.
Sure. I don't recall.
Yes,
But...
I will not be here the 26th.
Oh, right. Is that the... Yes, I think that is on our calendar, and I just have forgotten. Correct. Yep. Cool.
So if Asher dies, that you can keep playing.
Yeah, perfect.
Hooray.
Excellent. All right, so we'll see you next week, and then we're off after that. Thanks for joining us. Have a lovely evening, Path friends. Good night.